would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the UCLA Bruins, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop. .16. So the UCLA Bruins offense will have the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We just need to see what they do today.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Turning it on! They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman. Used to.
A good pull, Freeman McNeil. I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll run the toss. Can't get him to the ground. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Maddox. Here comes the heat. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on 3rd down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Washington's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. Well, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
They'll try the run. At the 45 on his way. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass on second down. It's complete to the left. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Give to the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking for a man, it's Maddox. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Carey. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Bruins are on the move.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down. Another.
Lots of room to run. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. They'll give it to him again. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He might want another play. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you want to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Looking to throw for it. Oh, they're after him! Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here. Only called on one time in that loss last week. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Wants to throw. It's Maddox. Swings it out to his running back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. The pull and throw off the RPO. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Wants to throw again. On the move, he fired. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Bruins with the 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Back to throw, it's Maddox. Right on the money. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Man, I'm 4th and 2. I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bruins.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A 70-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man quickly. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The offense changing the play. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Right back to the well. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. At the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
They'll give it to the back. Still running at the 40. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And the Bruins, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Bruins headed quickly to the line. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Leaves it with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Gets the back moving. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
The Huskies can really attack on this second and short. He wants to change this route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
And the Huskies really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit.
Going downfield for the big play. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Trying to take it back. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Bruins will kick it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Here's an open space downfield. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
Got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Motion from the wide receiver. Finding open areas. The Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback making checks. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. No matter the sport, he epitomized a UCLA mantra, be quick, don't hurry.
I mean, what a great job of being quick off the ball. Defensive lineman, you got to be quick off the ball if you want to be disruptive, get in the backfield, and get to the quarterback.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and not his best work. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Off the play fake on 1st down. Working that left side now. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. To the ground with the back. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
From the gun, the running back has it. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Back to pass, it's Maddox. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Looking for space. It's Hawkins. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the ground game. Turning it on. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Making side adjustments here. To the air on first down. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Touch pass on the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
He wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a town to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Bruins moving quickly to the line. making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Back to throw, it's Maddox. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
This one's complete. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Wants to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Quick strike complete. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Unleashes one deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw it. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. Rides the back and leaves it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Maddox. Makes the grab. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. There he goes. Past the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, UCLA! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
They'll move the tight end. Little touch pass to the receiver. He got penetration to make the stop in the backfield, and they gave back that 4 they just gained. It's 3rd and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Just 2. On that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns it on down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Washington!
And that is such a back backbreaker for the defense. 4th and long. They're expecting throw that time. Everybody's got their eye on the QB, and still somehow they let the guy get in behind him for the long touchdown. That simply cannot happen.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. Don't think that one made it 10 yards before they got the eager paws on top of it, and the flags will fly.
Illegal touchdown. Offense.
They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll try it over the left side. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He lost one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to return it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Kennedy. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Great place to start for this offense. Let's go. Run it with the fullback. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. 42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. The give to the fullback. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Bruins will hustle to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
To the air on 2nd down. They go to the wide receiver screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
They'll send out the kicker here. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And it's no good. He missed it. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. To the air, it's Kennedy. They're working that left side.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They're looking to throw on second and short. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. The Huskies come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They're going to go to the air on third and short. Fires to the tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. There are a few things that just make me happy in life. A great steak, a scrumptious dessert, and a tight end who makes a catch on third down.
If the steak's medium rare, I'm right there with you, Reese. And I'm also there with you on these tight ends on third down, too. Too big for DBs to cover, too fast for linebackers to cover. That guy's a weapon.
Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having